I want to be my own boss. This is one of the common statements you hear a lot of young people make these days. And the deal is that they feel they are tired of where they are working. They are giving off too much than they are being paid for, and hence they want to be their own boss. And by stating they want to be their own boss, what they are saying is that they want to be entrepreneurs and they want to start their own businesses and do their own things. Listen carefully. I dare you today, if you want to be your own boss, resign from your company and start that business. Let's see if in the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to be here. You have to understand that being an entrepreneur is not about being your own boss. Entrepreneurship is not about bossness. Entrepreneurship is not about being your own boss and being the one who calls the shot. There is only one definition for entrepreneurship, and that is finding a problem in a marketplace that is not being currently met, that you provide a solution for and get paid, period. That's all about entrepreneurship. So if your deal is you want to start your own business, you want to get into entrepreneurship because you want to be your own boss, I can guarantee you, you're going to fail. However, if your deal is, I have identified a need in the marketplace. This need is so large, there is nobody meeting the need in the manner of the way it is supposed to be met, and I have a solution that I can provide to the marketplace and get paid over a number of years, then you can start that business. One thing you need to understand is that there are 7 things that nobody tells you about entrepreneurship, and people around you may applaud you and tell you that, hey, you are good, go for it, start your own business, only for you to realize later that you have made the mistake of your life. Statistics have shown that about 90% of businesses fail in the first year. Out of 10% that remain, 90% of them also fail between 1 to 5 years. So if you look at it carefully, because people start business with different mindsets, different objective, and that do not take into consideration the actual factors that must be considered as entrepreneurs, their business end up failing and nothing about the business exists after 5 years. On the podcast today, I want to share with you my personal experience as a rising entrepreneur, 7 things that nobody tells you about entrepreneurship. And after these 7 things, if you think you have what it takes, then you can resign from the company that you are working for now and go into business and start becoming an entrepreneur. So the question we then ask ourselves is, what are these 7 things which we must be mindful of taking into consideration before actually making the decision to become entrepreneurs? Number 1, the business environment is a battlefield. Listen carefully. When you enter the business environment and you want to be an entrepreneur, you have entered a battlefield. You are fighting against the best of the best. 99.9% of the time, whatever you are seeking to build, whatever you are seeking to provide the marketplace with, there are already about dozens of companies in your country, in your industry, in your sector, already serving that particular need. There are customers who are already buying or meeting their needs by buying from those other companies. So it's a battlefield. And right from day one, you are going to be fighting for a number of things. You will fight for attention. You will fight for customers. You will fight for funding. You will fight for partnership and talent acquisition. The question is, are you ready to fight that battle? Do you have the ammunition? Do you have the negotiation tactics? Do you have what it takes to be able to endure and win this battle? Because that is where many people fail their business, because they think that, oh, I have a good idea, so I start a business. No, the business environment is a battlefield. And the earlier you learn the art of war and understand that you are fighting for the attention of people, you are fighting for the same customers that the big companies are serving, you are fighting for funding, the same money that the big businesses are looking for, you are fighting for that same money, and you are fighting for talent, people who will help you to grow that business and take it to the next level. So that is the first thing you must understand. The business environment is a battlefield, and you have to learn the art of war if you are going to become successful and build anything significant. The second thing that nobody tells you about entrepreneurship is market research and analysis. Listen to me carefully. The fact that you have a beautiful idea, your idea sounds good, your mother supports you, your father supports you, your siblings are excited about your ideas, your friends are applauding you, or your wife or your husband is saying that, go for it, baby. That doesn't mean that you should launch a business. That doesn't mean you should start anything or be an entrepreneur. Because like I said, entrepreneurship is not about being a boss. Entrepreneurship is about identifying a need in the marketplace and providing solution to that need and get paid over a number of years. So the question is, whatever idea you have right now, whatever thing that you want to start, have you done a market research on it? How many people are demanding for that? How many people are looking for that? What is the demography of your customers? What are they looking for? Your competitors, what are they offering right now? Do you even know who your competitors are? Whatever you want to get into, chances are some people are already doing it. The question is, do you understand them? Do you know about the market? You need to do a market research and analyze the market before you venture into starting anything. So it is not just about I have a great idea. It is about knowing the size of the market. Is the market growing? Is the market declining? Is the market static? Who are the buyers? Who are the key players in the market? What strategies are they implementing? So that you can know through the art of war to be able to identify the loopholes, the areas that they are not looking at. Then when you launch yourself, you will be able to go in there and become successful. The third thing that you need to understand is financial intelligence. Listen to me. Running a business is not just about ideas, selling. You have to have financial intelligence. What does that mean? You must know about sales. You must know about cost of sales. You must know about cash flows. You must understand profit margin. You must understand bank overdrafts. You must know about trade receivables. You must know about risks. You must know about returns. You must know about EBITDA and all other things that relates to business. So you don't just get up and have an idea and jump over. What is your financial knowledge about business? It is not just about how much you sell, it's about how much you retain. What is your tax position as a company or a business that you are going into? Do you have that knowledge? Do you have that understanding? Can you do that on your own? That is the idea about financial intelligence. So the question I want to ask you right now is this. You want to start a business, right? You want to go into business. Do you know about these financial terminologies? How do they apply to the company? Because we have people who have businesses who sell a lot. So they sell like $1 million a year, $10 million a year, but they end up making losses. Why? Because they don't know how to control cost. They don't know how to negotiate deals. They don't know how to control trade receivables. They don't know how to control trade payables. But even though they say they are running a business, they lack financial intelligence. They don't know anything about money, but they're still running a business. If you want to become successful and build anything significant, I can guarantee you, you need a strong financial intelligence. And that is the third thing that you must understand about entrepreneurship. Now, the fourth thing you must understand about business is that your business will take everything from you. Now you are working with a company. All you do is go to work in the morning, close at 5, get back home. So you have a lot of time by yourself. You have sometimes the weekends to be able to spend on other things. If you decide to start your own business, I can guarantee you in the first 3 to 5 years, your business will need you 24/7. The luxury of time that you have now working for somebody, you will not have that same luxury of time and the same lifestyle if you go into business, if you start to build your own business. So the question is, are you willing to give up everything to build that particular business? Yes, it would demand you giving up everything. Read the stories. Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Bill Gates. Read about them. Some of them have to leave everything for 10 years, 12 years, 18 years before they became a billionaire, before they built anything significant. Why? Because if you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to be there 24/7, especially in the early days of the business. The question is, are you willing to give up everything? It will take everything from you. Are you willing to give it up? Why? Because right now, you're working with a company. You don't care. Maybe you are in the finance department. You don't care about what happens in the production department. You don't care about what happens in the sale and distribution department. You don't care about what happens in the HR department. You are only focused on the task that you are supposed to do. At the end of the day, if the company makes losses, you don't care, quote unquote, about it. But when you start your own business, you have to be mindful and take care of all of these things, especially in the beginning 3 to 5 years of the operations of the business. The question is, can you be available to handle production, to know about finance, to know about HR, to know about various issues in the various departments of the organization? It will take everything from you. Are you willing to give it up? Number 5 is stress management. Because starting your own business and being an entrepreneur will take everything from you. You're going to be sleeping less. You're not going to be having time to have pleasure like the way you would have had if you were working for a company. You will be stressed a lot of the time. But the question is, can you manage the stress? You have to be able to learn how to keep going without having enough sleep. You have to be able to learn how to keep working even if things are not moving on. Because remember, you're going to fail. Things will not go in your own way. Sometimes you will start a business and in your mind, you think in the first 6 to 12 months, you will start making X amount of money. Only for you to start, and after 1 year, after 2 years, you are not seeing anything. You will be stressed. You will feel that you are down. You will feel that you have failed. The world will be on you. But can you handle that pressure and keep going, because you know that definitely you're going to become successful from the 3rd through to the 5th year? Can you manage failure? Can you manage that stress that comes with being an entrepreneur? Because remember, like I said in the first point, it is a battlefield. And the top of the best of the best in the marketplace will throw you a challenge. When they see that you are coming hard, they will hit you harder. The question is, can you manage the stress? Can you keep your composure? Can you keep going no matter the pressure that hits you? Number 6, you will be paid last. Now that you are working for somebody, you are paid first because your wages and salary, boom, they pay you. Because the company is like, if you're not paid, you are likely to leave. And if you leave, the company is nowhere to be found. But when you become the CEO of your business, when you become the entrepreneur, you will be the one to be paid last, because you have to pay your employees, you have to pay your suppliers, you have to pay the government in the form of tax, you have to pay everybody else. It is what is left at the end of the day that you're going to take home. The question is, are you ready to be paid last? Because sometimes in the very beginning of the business, for the first 3 to 5 years, you are not getting anything technically from the business. It depends on the type of business you are going into though, but then you may not be getting anything significant that will sustain your lifestyle in the very beginning of your business. The question is, are you willing to be paid last? Because you see, you cannot employ people, you cannot buy goods from people, you cannot evade taxes. You need to be able to pay the employees, the people who are supporting the dream. You need to be able to pay your suppliers, the people who are giving you the resources you need. You need to be able to pay the government, because hey, the government will definitely come after you as far as you decide that you want to be something and build something on your own. The question is, are you willing to be paid last? Are you willing to be the last person to go home with whatever that is left? And that is where the risk comes in. Because at the end of the day, after paying all these people, you may not have anything left. Can you risk it? At the end of the day, you may pay all these people and you have a lot left. Are you ready to take the risk? You are the one to answer that question. And the 7th thing that you need to understand is regulatory authorities. Listen to me. Being your own boss, like we said, establishing a business and being an entrepreneur means you need to then now comply with the laws. So AMA will come after you. KMA will come after you. Ghana Revenue Authority will come after you. If you're in the food manufacturing environment, Food and Drug Authority will come after you. The Ghana Standard Authority will come after you. If you have employed people, then you need to pay them their SNIT. SNIT will come after you. You have to pay pension from them. The National Pension Regulatory Authority will come after you. Are you willing? Are you ready to be able to handle all of these things? Now, you see, the premise of my discussion here is not some tabletop running things. Yes, if you want to do some tabletop business, it's okay. You are doing some tabletop business. It doesn't attract any attention. You are selling some things. I don't know, maybe sanitary pad or condoms, and then people come and buy it from you, and then you go away. Some tabletop, you are playing low-key. That's okay. But if you want to be in the big league, you want to really make the money that you have to make to be able to live the life that you want to live, the regulatory authorities will come after you. And so you have to be able to operate in line with the legal regulatory requirements. The question is, can you do it? Do you have the capacity? These are the 7 things that you have to understand. And these are the 7 things that I need to develop myself into before starting my business. And if you understand these things well, then you can distinguish, am I willing to go through these? Do I have the capacity to handle this? If you do, and like I said, it is about 0.01% of people who have that capacity, who have that tenacity to be able to be entrepreneurs. The rest of you work for people. That is good, because when businesses are started, we need employees anyways. So the fact that you are an employee of a company doesn't mean you are stupid, you are dumb, or you don't have brains. Even in the same company, you can add value to the company to the extent that at a point, you will be paid equity and you get equity interest and become a part owner of the company. So that is what you need to understand about entrepreneurship. It's not about being your own boss. It's about identifying a marketplace and providing a solution to that marketplace that will be so good that people will troop in, buy your solution, and over time, you get paid for the risks that you took. These are the things that you need to understand about entrepreneurship. Give me a thumbs up on the video, share the video, and let me hear from you in the comment section what you think about the subject being your own boss and whether you have these qualities to be able to actually go in there and start your own business. I want to hear from you. I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out.